Hi, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vic and welcome to our weekly NFL show. We're going to have a look this week at all the results from week 9, preview for week 10. Today is deadline day. Not only are you Americans out there choosing a new president or lady president, whatever you want to call it, but it's also, more importantly than all that voting, is it's deadline day at the NFL as well today. So there's going to be a lot of team switching players, especially the ones who want to make a playoff push. So we'll get into all of that. We'll look at the standings as well. I'm going to tell you who I thought was my hot player of the week and who was a dipshit this week. We'll get into that, but I guess you guys already know who's a dipshit of this week. I mean, it was very obvious. But let's get straight into that. I'm going to have one eye all the time on the latest trades that are coming in. If there's anything comes in while I'm doing the show, I'll let you know straight away. But let's get on to the topics of today quickly. Coming up on that side, there you go. Like I said, the review from last week, the standings, a preview for this week, trade deadline, and then I'll give you my who was so hot and who was not that hot this week. But let's get into all of the games first, and we'll check this out. Let me just hit that quickly for you so we can put that on. All right, that should be running at the bottom of the screen. All right, so let's start off. It all started off on Thursday night with the Texans against the Jets. It was definitely a must-win game for the Jets. I mean, Garrett Wilson made an eye-dropping touchdown catch. The Jets beat the Texans 21-13. I thought Aaron Rodgers played really well in this game. Much-needed win for the Jets. They're still trailing in the division, the Buffalo Bills, but they've got hope. Then to the team that just is an embarrassment in the league, the Dallas. We're not the greatest team. We're not America's team, Cowboys. They lost 27-21 against the Falcons. Two of their big players got hurt during the game. Dak Prescott, he's going to be out for a few weeks. CeeDee Lamb, he should be back for their next game. So it will be interesting to see who they start at quarterback. I think they got to go with Trey Lance. The Falcons, what can you say about the Falcons? Falcons are doing a great job. I like Kirk Cousins. I think he's solid. He's not Mahomes, but he's not Deshaun Watson. He's stable in the middle. Then we had the Dolphins against the Bills. This was a lot closer than I thought. The Bills won this one 30-27. Was a 61-yard field goal at the end from Tyler Bass. To seal this. I didn't think it was going to be that close, but Tua's back. Dolphins could do some things, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the players. I just think it's a little bit too late for them. Then the Raiders against the Bengals. Raiders are terrible. Check out my short on the channel. I kind of put all the teams into 4 different tiers. Check that short out. I'll add it onto this video at the end so you can check that out. The Raiders, like I said, 24, the Bengals 41. Joe Cool doing a fantastic job. I still believe the Bengals are going to make the playoffs, so I'm not worried about that. Chargers, Browns, Chargers are a well-organized football team with a good coach and a good quarterback. 27-10 against the Browns. The Browns season is done, over, ended. And that not because Deshaun Watson is out injured. It was worse with Deshaun Watson. It's actually better now without him. This hurts me. This hurts me big time. The Patriots against the Titans. This hurts me massively. This one went into overtime. The Titans won on a field goal 20-17. They were up 17-10 last seconds of the game. The Patriots pulled this one back with a good pass to Ramon Stevens. Should you go for 2, try to win the game, or you go to overtime? They took the option to go to overtime. There's another team that did this week and paid dearly for it. But 2 not good football teams, let's be honest. Commanders against the Giants. This was closer than I thought as well. 27-22 for the Commanders. Commanders are in a commanding position. Excuse the pun there. The Commanders are in a commanding position in their division because the Cowboys are terrible, the Giants are terrible. The only team they have to fear are the Eagles. And next week the Eagles and the Cowboys play against each other. So yeah, it's looking good for the Commanders. Saints against the Panthers. Two terrible football teams, exciting game. Panthers actually won this one 23-22. These players must probably, that's why I'm watching the ticker here a little bit for the trade deadline. I think one of these teams are definitely going to give off some of the good players because their season is gone. The Ravens destroyed, goddamn destroyed the Broncos 41-10. I thought this would be a closer game, but the Ravens stamped their authority. Lamar Jackson looked good. Henry looked good. The defense looked good. And hey, Bronco fans, don't be disheartened. You're still having a good season, better than most people thought. Eagles, Jaguars. Eagles on the way up. Definitely, they're starting to fly again, so they're doing their job very well. Jaguars going nowhere this season. Like I said, check out my short, and you'll know more. Cardinals against the Bears. This was, for me, a surprise. Everybody knows I'm not the biggest Cardinals fan. But look, the Bears are still in the hunt. The Bears in the hunt, and the Cardinals are definitely starting to shape up. And hey, maybe they can surprise a lot of people. They won this one 29-9. Just not a good football team at the moment. The Bears. I think their big mistake from last week is seeming to cost them all the way. A lot of you will say, "Why didn't you mention something with the Eagles?" That's coming up. Don't worry, that's coming up. Then the Lions against the Packers. Hey, got to give it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He wears a shirt to the beginning of the game saying the Packers suck. Dangerous, but hey, backed it up. Lions won this one 24-14. Lions definitely going to the playoffs. They could maybe win this whole the whole thing. I've got them winning the Super Bowl, so yeah. Seahawks, Rams. Dominic, you need to talk to me. What is going on with your Seahawks? The Rams starting to get their stuff going. You know, they got Cooper Kupp back. They got Pacquiao back. It's looking good. I think the Rams is a team that maybe could go on a nice run till the end of the season and still make the playoffs. Seahawks, the roller coaster that's known as the Seahawks. Then we had the Colts against the Vikings. I thought the Colts played actually well, even though they lost 13-21. The Vikings, I don't know. Beginning of the season, they were looking fantastic. All of a sudden, it's not running as smoothly. I think other teams are starting to figure out the Vikings, but they should still be safe for the playoffs. Then last night's game. I'll take a little bit more time on last night's game. Buccaneers 24, Chiefs 30. It's the second game, like I mentioned before. This one actually went into overtime. I thought Todd Bowles should have gone for two. Could have won the game right there. But he didn't. Mahomes got the ball first, and they scored. And they're still unbeaten, 8-0. So, I mean, you know. But the Buccaneers are an exciting offensive team. I thought the defense wasn't bad yesterday at all. I still got hope for the Buccaneers to make the playoffs. But Chiefs, I think we can congratulate you as being the first team that has made the playoffs. I don't think in the next 9 games they're going to lose all 9. So I think the Chiefs are the first team we can congratulate on making the playoffs. Just want to check out one thing quickly here, just to see I'm getting messages coming through you all the time. Okay. Oh, well, let me know. That's all right. So the Bears gave off Khalil Herbert. He went to the Bengals. Just to give you a quick update on that. What I thought more important is that Darius Smith, he's gone from the Browns to the Lions. He is replacing Aiden Hutchinson, which I think is a good move for the Lions. They definitely needed that. The others, we know a lot of them already. We know DeAndre Hopkins went from the Titans to the Kansas City Chiefs. Amari Cooper went to the Bills. Davante Adams went to the Jets. So there were a lot of wide receivers moving around. Jonathan Mingo has gone to Dallas. So, yeah. A lot of things changing there. Then let me get into the standings after all these games. I'm just going to switch over here so I can put out the standings for you guys. Take that. There you go. We'll put that results away. We'll come up here and we'll go to this one and then we'll can tell you. All right, so let's start with the standings. We start at what we call that, AFC East, huh? Yeah, AFC East, definitely. So we have the Bulls at 7-2. The Bills, not the Bulls. The Jets at 3-6. Dolphins 2-6. Patriots 2-6. Look, only team I think making the playoffs, you're the Bills. Deservedly so. I think I don't think that the Jets can run the table and get into the playoffs. Then we get into the AFC North. Look, this is an interesting division for me. Steelers are 6-2. Yeah, they have surprised me. I mean, they had a bye this week, so that they, But then we have Baltimore at 6-3. I think this division, the AFC North, I think there's going to be 3 teams in the playoffs. I honestly believe there could be 3 teams in the playoffs here. I see the Bills if we're talking about the AFC, I see the Bills as getting in there. I get the Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Texans make it at 5. I think the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers, those are my 7 coming out of the AFC. But yeah, Cleveland's done. Cincinnati's 4-5, so they'll be all right. Then we move to the South. Hit the button there. So there you go. We move to the South. And Houston 6-3. Colts 4-5. Tennessee, Jacksonville. Do we have to mention Tennessee and Jacksonville? No, because your season is done. Then we hit the AFC West. Kansas City 8-0, only team to go 8-0. The big question is still, can they go 17-0? Can they go unbeaten in the regular season? I don't think so. I don't think they'll go unbeaten, but hey, the train is going down the tracks and it's rolling, my friend. It is rolling. Chargers 5-3, I think should make the playoffs. Denver 5-4 has an outside shot, but I just don't think they're strong enough. And the Raiders, if you're a betting man and you're in Las Vegas, don't bet on the Raiders. Definitely not. Then we have the teams of the NFC, and we'll start with the NFC East. The surprise team for me of the season, the Commanders 7-2. The Eagles 6-2. I think these 2 teams will both make the playoffs. Dallas not making the playoffs. New York not making the playoffs. Dallas Cowboys, you're a goddamn disgrace. Then, for me, one of the stronger divisions, the NFC North, we have the Lions at 7-1, the Minnesota Vikings at 6-2, the Packers at 6-3. Is this another division that could get 3 teams into the playoffs? Maybe. Even the Bears still have a theoretical chance to get into the playoffs. This is the division you guys got to watch. This can be really tough and exciting to see who gets out of that. Then we go to the NFC South. Atlanta Falcons 6-3. Now they've got a good jump on the Buccaneers here because they've won the 2 games that they've played against each other. So I think the Falcons go to the playoffs. I think the Bucs could sneak in, but it's going to be difficult with the other teams like the Eagles already and the Vikings and the Packers all on 6 wins. So I'm hoping for Baker because I like the way, but I don't know yet. Carolina, New Orleans, auf Wiedersehen. The season is done. NFC West. Let's put the NFC West up for you guys. NFC West, easy. Cardinals 5-4, Rams 4-4, 49ers 4-4, Seattle 5-4. This is mucho interesante. I think this is going to go like this for the whole season. I think if I see a team maybe putting away, I still like the 49ers. I think they've got enough talent if everybody's healthy. I even think the Rams and the 49ers are going to battle it out for the top spot. But this is an interesting division. So yeah, let's check it out. So those are the standings for this week. Then let's get into the preview for next week. Let me just switch over again so I can do that for you guys. Put that on there. Schedule. And there you go. All right, so our games for this week coming up. Let's have a look what's coming up this week. I got to find those games again. There you go. All right. So what do we have coming up this week? I do know there's a lot of good games this week. I do know that as well. So just let me hit that properly for you. There you go. All right, so this week coming up on Thursday night, a big one. Just a lot of late nights for me this week because I got to watch this Cincinnati at Baltimore. Obviously on paper Baltimore are the favorite, but I'm going Cincy. I just love Joe Burrows. I'm going Cincy in this one. Then we have the New York Giants against Carolina Panthers. Let's move on. No one cares. I think Carolina will win at home. Patriots against the Bears. Big game for the Bears. Bears, basically, you got to win against the Patriots. I'll go with the Bears for this one. That hurts me as a Patriots fan. Then we have the Buffalo Bills against the Indianapolis Colts. Buffalo have been winning a lot of games, but nothing has been very clear-cut. Nothing has been, demanding where you say, wow, the Bills are crazy. The Bulls are sneaking through games a lot. So this could be tighter than people think, but I'll still go the Buffalo win. Denver at Kansas City. I can't see anything else but a Kansas City win here. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons at New Orleans. Falcons, no problem. San Francisco, Tampa Bay. Big game. Big game for both these clubs. I think it's a must-win game for both these teams. I think I think it's more must-win for Tampa than it is for San Francisco. I believe if the Buccaneers lose this one, it's done. So that's another game I'm going to have to watch on Sunday. Pittsburgh, Washington, big game coming up. I'll go with the Steelers on this one. I think the Steelers coming off a bye. They'll be well prepared for Washington, well rested. Minnesota, Jacksonville. This is my upset alert. I'm going for Jacksonville in this one. I just think I don't trust the Vikings at the moment. I'm going for a Jacksonville upset win here. Tennessee at the Chargers. Hell no. Chargers win this one. Philadelphia, Dallas. Well, if we were in a Western, it'd be like Last Chance Saloon. This is like a duel in Dodge City. If the Cowboys don't win this one and come out on top, it is definitely done. So I'm going with the Eagles. I want the Cowboys. I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys anymore. It wouldn't be nice. Get to Thanksgiving and Cowboys are done. New York Jets against the Arizona Cardinals. Big game. Jets have to come out on top if they want to get to the playoffs. But I'm going with the Cardinals because I want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Waste of time for me. Detroit at Houston. Massive game. Must-watch game. That's the late kickoff on Sunday night. I'll be watching that one. I'm going here with the Lions win. Maybe a field goal difference. I just like the Lions and they're on my Super Bowl pick. And last but not least, Miami at the LA Rams. I'm going with the Rams here. Going with the Rams, definitely. That's the Monday night game. So, that is what we've come up for this week. A lot of exciting games. We do have 4 teams on a bye. Let me just tell you who that is. Cleveland's on a bye. Good for them because they need it. They suck. Green Bay on a bye. Las Vegas on a bye. And Seattle. Seattle also need this bye. Kind of get their shit together again. Dominic, you need to fly back over to Seattle during the bye and start talking to your boys. They need to come right here. They definitely need to come right. Yeah. So that is that. Now I want to get to my... Let me just put this all here so that I can put it nicely in the middle what I want to get to here. All right, so I'll get rid of the tables quickly. I'll get rid of everything so that we can really just put out these pictures for you guys. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put it up there. Here we go. My player of the week. I'm going to move over here a little bit like that. There, this guy on this side, on that side, there, wherever, I don't know what side. Saquon Barkley. Oh my God. You people have got to watch this. I mean, unbelievable athleticism. He beats 2 or 3 players and then he hurdles somebody backwards. I've never seen this in the NFL. He hurdles somebody backwards. Unbelievable athleticism. For me, the man of the week, the hot topic of the week, Saquon. Then the dipshit of the week. I guess you guys all know who the dipshit of the week is this week. I'm not going to mention his name. Plays for the Jets. Young quarterback. Just going to say you're a dipshit. He has the ball. Clear path. for a touchdown. And then he wants to be Mr. Cool, or I don't know. He has the ball in his hand and he kind of like drops it on purpose, trying to be cool. But he's not in the end zone yet, you dumb twat. That's the problem with some of these young players today. Oh, everything's got to look good. No, just play good. You don't have to look good. Play good, and everything else comes on its own. So you are the dipshit of the week. We're going to have the dipshit of the week every week from now on. And there's always somebody you can find in the NFL that's a dipshit. If it's the butt fumble from Sanchez a few years ago. Well, this boy, because he's so young, I'm not going to mention his name. If you were a veteran, if you were DeAndre Hopkins, somebody, I'd be all over your name. But I'm going to leave you out of it. Don't worry. People know who you are. Don't worry. You're famous now for the wrong reasons in the NFL. So, yeah. That was our look out for this week. Let us know what you guys think. Please join the channel. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. We'll be back next week. I'll be doing an NBA update as well this week still. And we have a lot of live shows coming out. And don't forget to check out my short on the NFL. I'll add it on right now to the end of the video. See you guys next week here on Vic and Vern Sports Chat. Love you guys. Ciao, ciao.